Hello everyone and welcome back to the 31-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena, where we will continue with our basketball backstop board. Anyway, uh, let's create a polygon cylinder. I want to do something here. Um I'm gonna press F to focus on it, and then I will open the attribute editor and switch to this tab where I can set the subdivision axis to 6 and press enter. Now, with that done, I want you to find the middle edge here. You see this one that mirror to this one, or I don't know, anyway, I will choose these two. And what I want to do here is right click, choose face, grab all the faces down here, like that, and delete them. Press F8, bring it back to object mode, right click, choose face again, and grab those three faces, okay, that way. You want to go over mesh extract, and then they will be separated as two parts. So press F8 three times, and that way you will be able to access both of them that way. Now you want to change to move tool, and you can see that the pivot right now for this is exactly in the center of both of them. So this is good for us. What you want to do here is hold down the X key. Okay, so this cube here will turn into circle. X key, C key, and V key are three of them are snaps features. Okay, see those three blinkings there. Okay, so we need the X, which is the snap to grid, and when you push this, it will snap to this grid line. You want to do the same to this one and move it over here. So hold on the X and push it there. Okay, that way you can hold both of them, go over mesh and combine them. So now they are one unit. And right click, choose edge, grab this edge and this edge. Okay, go over edit mesh and choose the bridge option. Okay, box. Let's reset this tool, and I want to make sure that the bridge type is linear path and the division is set to 1. Okay, you can set it even 1, it's okay. We need 1. Okay, click apply, and this will bridge them together, those two edges. Now you want to grab this edge, shift select this edge, and click apply again and close this. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I'm gonna add two more edges, so I'm gonna click on this edge or this edge, doesn't matter. Hold down the control, right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. This will create this split here. I want to do the same here, so just grab this edge, and now I can press G because it will repeat the last function and it will do the same thing here. Now, if I press 3 now, you can see what happens, right? It gives you this kind of a ellipse here, and we want to set it a little bit better. So what I will do, I will choose those three vertices and those three vertices, and I'm gonna squish them a little bit that way. Okay, so I have this squarey shape. Now if I press 3, this will look more of like that. Okay, now I right click and choose vertices, and I'm gonna grab this vertex and this vertex here, and I'm gonna scale them a little bit that way, so those look a little bit more of like that. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and now I'll press 1 to exit smooth preview. So I have this that way. I'm gonna right click, choose vertices, grab those vertices and those vertices. I just wanna stretch them in back that way, okay? Something like so. Press 3, I just interested on the inner shape right now and making sure that this is pretty much look like that. Now press F8 and bring it back to object mode. I'm gonna scale this up very much just so I can see it, okay? Now you can see that this object is just laying on the ground like, and it's facing up like on the y-axis. I want it to be attached over this panel here, okay, this here. So I need to rotate it accordingly. So I'm gonna grab this, hold on, switch to rotation tool, hold down the J key, and I'm gonna snap first, rotate it and snap it 90 degrees that way, and shift and again J and rotate it 90 degrees that way. Now I can bring this up. Now you can set the handles of the manipulator. I mean those handles that I'm pushing and moving everything. You can use the plus and minus to help you and enlarge them. So it will be easier for you to work that way when you just work on those scales. Okay, you can see it better and you know exactly that the shape is on the middle. Okay, well, it's not in the middle right now, so I'm gonna center the pivot and it will be in the middle, but it was somewhere there. Anyway, I'm gonna scale this down now because I need it scaled down, and I can still use the plus and minus to enlarge those if I don't see them much. Now I'm gonna place it exactly on top of my shape here. Now you probably don't see it, so it's always good to work with a wireframe on shaded, and I have to sneeze for a second, so excuse me. Okay, that was a relief. That was a good one. Now um, I want to snap it over those faces here at the front. So I'm going to hold down the V key this time, not the X, the V, and snap it to this face. Now it's hard with those big handles, but that's okay. I'm going to put this over here. Now I want to set the height to about so, okay? Just like you see here. Now, don't really worry about this. I mean, what you need to do, what you need to be aware of is if I will open my reference pictures, hope reference and basketball, click open. So I'm gonna zoom in here, and what I wanna, basically what we are doing, if you are not didn't understand that yet, you see this plate here? We have this area here that it looks just like what we created here, and this is just a easier way to modify where the screws can sit. It just have much more space, and you can add like bigger piece of metal here and still screw it on different places on top of this rail here. So basically we created this rail, and now we want to mount this rail into this piece. Now, as well as this, it looks like here we don't use any rail, but maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe we do use any rail here, but I have the feeling that, I don't know, one of them is static, so maybe this one is should stay there. Anyway, we will create this and we'll see how it goes. I do believe that one of them is still static one, which is not moving. So no matter what will be the size here, you will always be able to insert another screw to all this on the second rail kind of thing, but here it will stay passive one or static one that doesn't move. Anyway, let's treat it as one one passive and one rail. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab, you know what, on second thought, maybe it's just better to add them that way and just get over it. So I'm gonna place it here. Yeah, this, I think it's much better idea. So I'm gonna place it here, and what I will do next is I'm gonna shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna insert edge loop according to those edge loops here. I'm gonna switch to front view for me. Okay, now by luck the front view really showing me both of them, so it's easy. If for some reason you started your whole model in a different way, then you will have to do your own modification with the camera in order to set this correctly. But you can always use the X-ray, so no matter what will be you know, the angle that you started your model with, the you will find a way to see both of them and set those edges accordingly. So I'm gonna set one edge on top of here, uh, just a little bit above this outer edge of our model that there. So I'm gonna zoom in and maybe change the perspectives. I just want to look on something here. Um, I have one edge here, though I do want another edge, so I'm gonna set another edge just about here, same like this one, and I'm gonna set another one on the center, but I really want to make sure that it's passing through the center of this. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna press F8, and now I'm gonna delete this face, this face, this face, this face, and this face. And basically, you know what? Let's just Mercury select everything here. So that way, and I will just go to the perspective view, press F to focus and unselect those at this side. Okay, so I will have only those selected. Now, alright, let's do another thing before we will be able to continue this. I'm gonna add two more edges. So excuse me about this. Sorry. Shift right click, insert edge loop. Now, I don't want you to create an edge loop that will pass through this triangle. So one will pass through here and one will pass through here. And this is pretty much good for us because this is exactly where we need them. One here. Okay, maybe one here. You know what? I'm gonna stretch this. I'm gonna stretch this thing a little bit more. And one here. Okay, about so. Maybe not. Maybe undo that and maybe I will put it there and one there. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to perspective view. I want to see where this edge goes. All right, and now I will be able to grab this piece here and I'm gonna stretch it as well. So this is the piece. I'm gonna stretch it. Uh, let's bring it here first outside so I can see it better. It's just a weird. I'm gonna grab those vertices, shift select those vertices, and that way I will stretch them. Okay, and move the all object into place. I really need it to be there, so let's put it there and stretch it a little bit more, of like so. Alright, that's good. I think that's good. Okay, now I will snap it back to the surface, so that way. Yeah, and I will choose this, and let's get rid of all the faces here. We don't want those. We don't want, yeah, we don't want those at the other side as well. So you know what? I'm gonna choose it that way. I'm gonna select all of those and select all those at the front that way, but as well as those. Okay, so when I Mercury select those, I did it within mind that I'm gonna grab the other ones. So I have those and those, and I'm gonna delete them. Okay, press F8, and now it's an open area there. So I'm gonna grab this one and Control D to duplicate it. My stomach feels like hungry. Okay, Control D to duplicate it, right? And right after you duplicate it, I don't want you to rotate it or something. Just go over normals and reverse the normals. So this will be a mirrored one that we will assemble here. I'm gonna hold on V and snap it to that side, okay, of our surface here. So now they are both look like that. I'm gonna hold both of them and choose mesh combine, so they will be one unit, and we won't have any problems later on. I'm gonna grab this feature here and I'm gonna choose mesh combine that as well. Now all I want to do is start patching this. So that's all good, but I do want to make sure that I'm patching it somewhat, as I should, not clumsy patch. I mean, I have three edges here and three edges here that will have to pass through those holes here, and we will need to do this in very proper way. So first of all, I'm gonna grab this edge, okay, and shift double click this edge, and now I can well, I can go and try and bridge them first. So let's try and bridge. And you can see that the bridge is a little bit awkward, so I'm gonna undo that. And I'm gonna extrude them. And switch to scale tool and scale it that way, you see? So it goes like that. And you see the cube that I'm holding? I want to make sure that it meets there, that way. This way I can come and take a look from the side that way, turn on X-ray, right click, choose vertices, and I can grab all the inner vertices there at the same time that way. Well, it's a little bit weird to look at this that way, but that's fine. You can do this, okay? See, I already picked them all at one in one grab, so that's good. I'm gonna go over edit mesh, merge component. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, turn off the X-ray, and let's make sure that at least they have been patched. That's patched. This has been patched, and I'm almost certain that they all been patched because they were very close when when I used the scale tool in order to bring them near to each other. You really have to be precise with your cube. You need to push it until the middle one, the bluish one. So this will bring them very much close to each other, that um, the default setting of the thresholds of your merge component here should fix it. You see, I used only 50. It's not even the default, but it still patched them because they were very much close to each other. So anyway, let's start patch this. So I'm gonna start patch with what I have, and then we will continue with completing what we don't have. So what I mean is that I have this corner. I know that I can patch it over here. I can patch this over here. I can patch this one over there. Now I can patch this over here. Okay, this one and that one. Oh, and this one. Okay. Now I will do the same over the other side. Oh, this area is a little bit, it's hard to maneuver here, but I will do my best. Attach this one to this one, and that one to that one. All right. Now we need to work this thing out. So now either we will first, you know what? I'm gonna grab those vertices. Okay, I have two here. I mean, on the other side, I'm also grabbing the other side. I'm gonna grab those three sets of two, okay, from each side, both of them, you see, and hold on the V key, and I'm gonna snap them to this edge here. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to align this that way, and now I will do the same down here. So I will try to grab those two here, shift select those two, shift select those two, hold down the V key, and snap it to this edge. Wait, something is wrong here. I don't know. I need to be more gentle here. Well, I will do this manually. It doesn't matter. That way it's fine. It's good enough. All right. So far what we have is 3 here, crossing, should cross that way. So what I will do is I'm gonna add 3 manual edge loops. I'm gonna insert one edge loop here, one next to it, and one next to it. And I'm trying to do something here. I don't know, something here looks a little bit weird, but you see I'm grabbing this one, and what I will do, I will use the scale tool, double click on this edge, and then use the scale tool to do something such as this. So you can place it exactly here. Double click on this one, switch to scale tool, do something such as this, and then relocate it here. Do the same, relocate it over there. So you see I have exactly 3 on top of 3, and we can right click, choose vertices, grab those, make sure we grab those as well. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm gonna do this a little bit different. I'm gonna simply, I think something has went wrong here at the other side. So I'm gonna patch those. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna patch those and then I will patch the other ones and that's all. But okay, let's grab these. That way, okay, and I'm gonna try and merge those. Some of them have been patched, some of them are not. Let's press F to focus on this. I mean, this one haven't been patched, so I'm gonna use the merge vertex tool. Just wait, three of them are still selected, so I need to unselect them and use the merge vertex tool. Alright, so this one has been patched, and let's see what goes on the other side. I don't know which I need to rely on. I mean, those I didn't touch them, so I don't know why they are a little bit far from those. Let's do this that way. I'm gonna grab those and simply bring those that way. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the here. So press F8, shift right click, sorry, switch to selection tool, shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna add one edge loop here, one edge loop there, one edge loop here. Switch to selection tool. Sorry, for this one, switch to move scale tool, straighten it that way. Double click on this one, switch to scale tool, straighten this one and bring it over here. Double click on this one, switch to scale tool. Okay, and I'm gonna now place them in the same order. Now, because this is a flat areas, I don't need to use the slide edge tool. I mean, it's better to use this, but that way it's just easier for us, you know, this little tweaking when it just doesn't snap or something. So I guess that it will be wiser to use this that way. Okay, right click, choose vertices. I'm gonna grab only those vertices, making sure nothing here has been selected. Sorry. Mesh, merge component. Okay, those have been patched. I'm really clueless about why it's like that. I mean, I know that I did attach those into certain, I mean, snap that copy to this surface. So why it's like that, I have no idea. Maybe I missed. So I'm gonna merge those vertices that way anyway. Let's. Okay, I will have a problem here because you see, I have this space, those two, that I don't want to add anything in between them. So that means that those two edges won't be able to stay here. Simple as that. I don't know. It's just doesn't have to. It can be there. So I may need to choose. Maybe I will add. Well, let me first press 3 and see what goes here. Maybe I will be able to somehow manipulate this. You know what? I'm gonna double click on this edge, shift right click, delete edge, and I'm gonna double click on this edge, shift right click, delete edge, and I will do the same for those here. Double click on this edge, shift right click, delete edge. Alright, so now I will do the same as I did there. Shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna add one edge loop here, one edge loop. Oh, I can set them because there is no, in this center area there are no edges that goes like this, so I don't need to straighten them up. It already has borders that are straightened, so these edges and those edges are, this edge is like making sure that when I add edge is simply straight one that way. somewhat straight because one of them is still a little bit offsetted or angled, but that's good. We can right click, choose vertices, grab those vertices. Let's see what goes on the other side. Same problem. So let me unselect those. Only those, edit mesh, merge component. I haven't even checked them, but right now this one looks good. Edit mesh. I mean, those at the front, I'm always using the merge option, so I need to check them. But with the merge vertex tool, I know for sure that they are at the correct position, so no need to worry about this. So these up here patched, these one down here patched. We only need to create the same thing over down here. Shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna add one edge loop here, one edge loop here, and one edge loop here. Switch to selection tool, vertices. Let's grab those vertices and unselect whatever we have here from this side. Gonna go over edit mesh, merge component. Let's check them. You see, these are not being patched. It looks like they did, but they haven't. And it could be that the other as well. So I'm gonna change the merge component threshold into 100. Click apply. Let's do 150. Click apply. 200. As long as they are not patched to each other, I don't care. I mean, that's all good. I do care. Anyway, let's grab this one now. Oh, that's okay. Grab this one. Sorry. Alright, that's good. I'm pressing 3 just to see something here. Alright. Let's try and get rid of those edges for a second. Just for a second. And I'm gonna shift right click, delete edge. So let's say that this is all good. And I'm pressing 3. What is going on here? So this area looks good. I still need those two edges that been here. So press F8, shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna insert one edge here, as it were. Well, I will undo that and simply bring back whatever has been there. And I will relocate them over here. Press F8, shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna add one edge loop to connect this two, that way, you see. And I'm gonna add one edge loop here to connect this one too. Alright, so now I only need to merge everything. So let's merge those two. Merge component. This one from that side. Merge vertex tool. Yeah, I know that those a little bit. Oh my god, that's not good. Let's unselect everything and merge vertex tool again. Grab those. Alright. Let's grab these two, making sure that nothing here has been selected. Let's merge those. Now let's merge those. So merge vertex tool. And these two. Oh, and those three, which I forgot about. This, that, this. Alright, where's the one? I think I didn't patch it. Well, I do. I did. Let's press 3 and see what's going on here. Something here is not correct. Something here is just not patched correctly. I press 3 and you will see this. You see this area here? Something is just wrong here. But the entire shape is good. So I'm gonna just take a look from the inner, and you can see that here everything is good. So it's only here something just missed. Yes, this is the one. See those two here. Let's unselect these. Okay, and let's merge those. Okay, let's press 3, and now it's okay. See? So that one is perfectly done, I think. Even if you have this problem here, so you can always double click on this edge and just bring it just a little bit backwards. So now it's all okay. See? So no problem with this one. Though I will right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, shift right click, delete edge, and I'm gonna create a new center one according to whatever I just fixed here. So control right click, edge utilities to edge and split this edge, and I'm gonna add offset edge to edge loops on top of it that way, and press 3 to have a look at this. I'm gonna add 2 more edges for each side. So shift, well, 1 edge is enough. 1 edge here to set this one, and 1 here. Okay, that way. So if I press F8, turn off the wireframe, grab this and press 3 and unselect it, I will be able to see this better and see how it went. Okay, so that looks good. Let me, sorry for complimenting myself too much, but I'm happy that it just went fine. I'm gonna squeeze those backwards a little bit to make it a little bit more like that. Alright, press F8. Now, what's good about this is that you can grab those at the side and simply stretch them over here, and grab those. Just make sure you didn't grab anything else, and stretch them over here. Now, according to this, you can simply press 3 and see how it went. If it went good, if it didn't, double click on this edge, shift double click on this edge, and just bring it a little bit to the side. Just don't, again, make sure you didn't grab any edge that goes through here or created edge that goes through here. So this one is safe to move, so I can move it over here and make sure that at least this area is a little bit more rounded and not ellipse or something else, like so. See? So that one looks fine, and I can press F8 and bring it back to object mode. Guys, thank you very much for watching this part of the tutorial. I hope that that was helpful. There are plenty of ways to do things such as this. You can project curves on top of a mesh and just simplify your work flow, but I don't know. If you're really interested on how to project curves on top of mesh and then create shapes like this inside a shape, just try and look for other tutorials that talking about projecting curves on top of a mesh or on top of NURBS and learn this stuff. Right now I just prefer to use this method, and as long that it went fine, that's all good. So again, thank you for watching. We'll meet at the next part. Don't forget to save the file. Save scene as, I'm gonna save it as 25. Thank you, and save as. And yep, that's it. Bye.